Now, this is part two to the confidence versus cockiness message. So, in this day and age, since we are dealing with so many people that are living in their false sense of self, they're living in a facade and in a mask. They live in it, they breathe in it, they sleep in it, they wake up in it, they never take it off to wash it, and even if they do, they don't give it enough time to dry. So we are living in a time where a facade and a mask is promoted, is accepted, and is expected. So what I want to clarify is how mass manipulators can put on a facade of true confidence. So, this is where it becomes a little tricky because a mass manipulator, they are tactical in their games, they are tactical in their craft. They take manipulating very seriously. So, they study people that live in their truth so that they can mimic those actions. That's not saying that they actually do the that's not saying that they actually do the work, but they want to mimic the actions of people that are living in their truth. So they will study people that actually live in their truth and they just repeat whatever it is that they see because they know true confidence versus false confidence or cockiness. They know the difference because they know that what they're living in. They know that they're living in a facade and in a mask. So they're able to recognize when someone is the complete opposite and when they're living in their truth. So, mind you, that they want to be seen. They want the accolades. They want the lights. They want the shine and the glitz and the glam and things of that nature. So they want to put on a show. They want to put on a great show. They want a standing ovation at the end of their show. So they will watch the people living in their truth and they try to mimic those same actions. Not the work that goes behind it, but just the actions to be seen. They want those actions to be seen so that they can seem as though they are actually living in their truth, that they're living with true confidence. So the things that they will do, they may not, seem as though they're really showy, but what they will do, they will be a little slick with their with their loudness. They may not be loud in the sense of around a big crowd. They may wait until they're around their inner circle and then they allow the cockiness to show. So sometimes it's a little tricky for you to see, someone being, the loud thing, because you have mass manipulators where they don't want to be seen as manipulators. They want to be seen, but they do not want to be seen as manipulators because I mean we all know that manipulators are liars. So they want the trust. They want you to trust them. They want you to trust them enough so that you can, keep your eyes on them and give them the accolades and the this and the that, you know. So that's why they will pretend and they will put you know, this false confidence on. They want to try it on. They want to see how it feels to live in it. They want to see, it's like an experiment of sorts. They want to see how it feels. They want to see how it feels for people to experience them in that light. How will people react to me now since I'm acting as though I'm truly confident versus how they used to act act towards me when I was in my cockiness. It's like an experiment for them. So they want to see, they want to, experience it at its full, full throttle, you know, um, to the umpteenth power. They want to experience it because they feel that they may deserve it. Maybe, I don't know, but things are a little tricky now in this day and age. Sometimes they may not show up in a loud and proud way to the general public. Sometimes they may just show up in a loud and proud way amongst their inner circle. Or if they show up to the general public, then they will still want they want to make sure that you know that they are the ones that did it. So it may not be loud and proud, but it will still be about me, because I want you to know that I'm the one that did that. I'm the one that brought the Sprite to the family cookout. I'm the one that brought you know, the hot dog buns to the neighborhood picnic. I'm the one, it's still going to be about them, but it may be in a different way. So all of the time it may not be, you know, in the typical kind of narcissistic way that we know of, but it may be in a more covert way. It may be in a more kind of subtle way, but you can still tell the difference, like the spirit coming off of it, or the energy coming off of it, is still the same. It's still it's still a look at me. It's still a, not just a general, look at me because I'm valuable. It's a look at me because I want your attention. It's still attention seeking. So you will be able to tell the difference. You can tell when somebody is doing something just to do it. Some people just want to be seen as the sweet one. Some people want to be seen as the helpful one. Some people want to be seen as, they want to be seen as these titles that are trustworthy, so that they can gain the attention, just to see how it feels for people to look at them in their light, in that particular light. Because if you have never done that work, and you don't know what it feels like to be seen as a trustworthy, helpful, kind person, and you encounter somebody with that type of personality, then that's a different type of confidence. That's a different type of attention that you get from the crab in a bucket people. So they want some positive. They want to see how it feels to get that positive attention versus just the same old negative attention that they have been getting, because the negative, false false anything attracts more of that. So like attract like, the same way false attract more falseness. So they have been getting false attention, and that's what they're used to. But but when they encounter someone that has the true confidence is going to receive positive attention. So they want to see, how does it feel to experience positive attention? How does that feel? I have never experienced attention from genuinely nice people, or genuinely kind people, or genuinely giving people. I have only experienced, attention from those that are like me. So they want to see, what does it feel like? So they will put on the the false confidence, or they will put on the false identity of being a certain type of way just so they can see how it feels to receive that type of attention. They want to be seen as this type of person as well. They want to be seen as positive. So, hey, let me try to put that on. So, in this day and age, since we are living in such a false reality, we have to know that not everyone is true. Not everyone is living in their truth. Not everyone values what you value. Not everyone even knows what value is. So they may not seek things out to value it. They seek things out to devour it. So let's keep that in mind. And when you're dealing with mass manipulators, really and truly, the only way that you can tell the difference, because they are so cunning now. And so sometimes you may catch them up in their lies. Just don't blindly believe people. I guess that's the main thing. That's the main way to catch mass manipulators, is by not just believing, to kind of question a little more, kind of, see, does it make sense? Because if it doesn't make sense to you, generally, then you should begin to question. But with mass manipulators, time will tell. Time will tell, because stories will begin to collide. Stories will begin to change. Their mask will begin to fall off. Stories will begin to the roles will be reversed of who actually done it, or who started it, or whatever the case may be, because they just won't be able to keep up with their mess. They won't be able to keep up with their lies. So time will tell with these type of people. So if they have not done something, in the quick, like in the present moment, if they haven't done something right now to make you question, just keep listening, just keep paying attention, and eventually time will tell. But authenticity should always come out on top. Authenticity stays the same. It's tried and true. It's tried and true. It can't be knocked down. You can't take it. You can't take it, because that's one thing that the mass manipulators would love to do. They will love to take your confidence, meaning that they want to transfer it from you to them. They want to remove the confidence from you as if it were a jacket, and put it on themselves. It's not an outfit, it's not a jacket, it's nothing that you can put on, because it's something that's within you. And that's the thing that they do not understand. For some reason, they do not understand that who you are is within you. But to be honest with you, they really don't care, because, mind you, they don't look for things to value. You have to want to value who you are in order for you to be in that mindset. They don't look for things to value, they look for things to devour. So to them, they don't look for things to be within them. They can't fathom something being within them. Like, to actually be confident. Nobody's actually confident. That's the way that they think. They don't think that people are actually confident. They don't think that people actually do the work to be honest. They don't think that people actually are happy, because they're not. So they believe that everything that they see is a lie. So you will notice this a lot of times when you have non-believers that visit a church for the first time, and you see people being so loving and smiles and giving hugs and things of that nature. You can tell when someone frequents a church versus when someone doesn't. That's not saying that that's right or wrong. That's your preference. But you can tell when someone is not used to that because they're they have not encountered genuine a genuine smile for the sake of somebody having joy within the inside of them, or a genuine smile for the sake of someone having happiness from the inside of them. They have only seen people putting on a smile as if it were a jacket. They have only seen people putting on, the facade of happiness as if it were a jacket. So these are just things to be mindful of. Mass manipulators are making it harder to recognize true confidence versus the false sense of confidence or cockiness. So this is just part two. If you have not listened to part one of this message, go back and listen to part one where you can get the basics of confidence versus cockiness. So until next time, stay vigilant and stay true to you.